card to show you that's quite the kaleidoscope of colors, so I've named it that. Shows off our new Shadowbox dies, so these are really, really fun to use. Give you a quick look at the dies themselves. I have the birthday Shadowbox here, and it comes with all sorts of little pieces, and we'll be using those. And to match it, I have the stitched lattice frames that make a gorgeous frame. They're exactly the right size for the shadow boxes. So we're going to do a bit of cutting first. I've already gone and lined up a little bit. You've got the Shadowbox frame, which gives you a beautiful emboss, and then I've got all the little boxes separate, so you can either cut them out or not, or you can cut them out separately, mat them upward. So many different ways you can do this. So I've just got a few of these taped into place. I'm going to tape this last one. Just center that, give it a tape, and we will run that through and cut it. There we go, bring it back. And get a hold of that. And we've got our beautiful stitching showing through. And let's just peel these off. So you can, like I said, use these to mat up later if you like. We are going to just be using the frame portion of this die. But it's nice to have a few bits and bobs that you can use later on if you like. There we go. And the other thing is there's not an actual cutting edge around the outside of this, so you can leave this frame whatever size you like it. Now I've gone ahead and cut this at 5 inches by 6 1/4, okay? And that's because we're going to use the frames to go with it, and I wanted just a little bit of an edge to go around there. So I'm going to come back to that in a minute. So the next thing I want to do is create a background for our frame. Now I'm going to use alcohol inks because they're nice and lovely and bright, okay? Because alcohol inks need a slippery surface, we're using white gloss card for this. You'll use them on glass or acetate or metal, things like that. You don't want to just use regular card with alcohol inks. So I've got the Clover, Raspberry, Wild Plum, and Sunshine Yellow. And these are just really nice bright colors. Because a birthday is a celebration, so you want something kind of nice and pretty. So I'm using a little applicator with a felt, so I'm going to just pop some drops all around, just randomly all over that felt. And every time you do this, you're going to get a different result. And some yellow to really splash some color in there. Okay, so going to just add that on and just kind of twist it and turn it. You can move it around a little bit more if you like. We're just going to get a nice, really bright color background. And I'm just tapping. Now you can also add blending solution to this if you want to take off a little bit of the color. You can go back in a second time and re-ink your felt. Put a little bit more on here, and we'll make that a bit brighter. And get that clover in there. And really get some nice bright color going. Alcohol inks will dry very quickly too. Isn't that going to be beautiful coming from behind that frame? And with everything else on the card, black and white, I think that's really going to make it pop. Okay. Pop these to the side. Get all the lids back on them. There we go. So now I've got just a gorgeous background. Isn't that pretty? And with that gloss, you have such a pretty color coming through. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is bring my frame back over. Now I've gone ahead and put some mounting foam on this. So I'm going to pop this into place just by removing this. And I've got it down all the little veins so it stays without, you don't want any little saggy areas, so put it everywhere. Okay, move these over and center that right over my background. There we go. Oops, got a little piece of, there we go. So you can see how pretty that looks coming through. It really shows up nicely. And I've just got a little bit off down here, so I'm going to do a little bit of trimming, just tidy it up. And on this side, just from underneath the edge. So now you've got a really pretty background showing through your shadow box, okay? So the next thing I've done is I've taken these two larger stitched dies and made a frame for it, just to go around the outside. Added a tiny bit of mounting foam to that, just to raise it for dimension, so you have that really pretty multi-layered frame. That down, oh, a little bit there, okay. And I'm going to try and get this on here so there's a tiny bit of extra white going around the edge. So let's just try like that. Oop, oop, oop. Lay that down. That should just fall right about in place. Not too bad. I like that, okay. And we'll bring our base over and pop that into place. And I've just decided to go with the black and white matting and layering and let that background just pop off the card. Okay, there we go. So now we're going to fill up all the little bits. So I've gone ahead and done a little bit of shadowing. I've cut the celebration in white and in black, offset it a little bit. I'm going to do the same thing with the happy birthday. Now I wanted that to be a little bit stronger, so I've cut two of them. I'm going to spray them together so that you can get a little bit of height to it. Pop them on top of each other and just try to get them nice and lined up here. There we go. And I'm going to do the black shadow behind, so I'm going to spray the back of this. There we go. Just offset it ever so slightly. And when you have a lot of detail to a die like this, just lay down one portion of it, kind of move it across. Sometimes the letters move around a little bit, so you have to kind of just go slowly. There we go. So I think that's really pretty. So I'm going to go ahead and put some glue on the back of that, and we'll put it into the bigger area of the shadow box. There we go. I'll go ahead and spray my Celebrate. It's ready to go. There. And it fits beautifully in this section right here. Let's try that. I'm going to pop the happy birthday into here. And I've done the little dies that come with the set here. Let me show you. You've got cupcakes, little balloons, a party hat, a present. So I've gone ahead and done a few of those to get a head start. So I've got the balloons here, so I'll pop them into the longer section. And this one's a little bit of a round balloon, and we'll just kind of layer them up. I've got a little bit of a black shadow on those as well, just because I thought I'd keep with that same theme throughout the entire background here. There we go. I've got the two cupcakes, and they're a little bit different, so I'll pop them down here and here. And we've got the party hat. A little bit of mounting foam on that, same little shadow, very, very cute. And I'm going to go ahead and cut the little present. Now I'm just going to put a white and a black together, and we'll pop that through. There we are. Get both of those cut. Should cut through at the same time. And it's worth embossing to get the really nice detail out of those, but just for time's sake, I'll leave it like this. Okay. A little tiny bit of a shadow if I offset these. Pop them aside. In fact, I'll just put a little bit of glue on the back here with the fine liner. There we go. Just a slight offset on that black gives you a really pretty shadow. And you don't think there's any places to put that, but that's kind of what I wanted to show you, is they don't have to actually always go into a shadow box hole, a little cubby. We can pop that on, and let me just get a little bit of mounting foam on the back here. And we're going to pop that up on the edge. So I just think that's quite cute. Just to put a little birthday present on the top like that. So how pretty is that? I think that's a beautiful festive birthday card that anybody would enjoy.